The Scottish Sikh Jagtar Singh Johal, who has been detained in India for 7 years on terror charges, was today cleared in one of the cases against him. He was acquitted of conspiracy and of being in a terrorist gang. Despite the ruling, the 38-year-old remains in prison as he's still facing a remaining 8 cases that carry the threat of the death penalty. But his lawyers say that as the other cases rely on the same evidence, Jagtar should now be allowed to walk free. That's a view strongly shared by his brother Gurpreet, who joined us in the studio. Gurpreet, how are you and your family feeling today?
It's been a bittersweet movement this morning because the last 7 years flashed in front of our eyes, but at the same time we got this acquittal. So it was a moment that the whole family are happy because now we're seeing that the light at the end of the tunnel is getting lighter and that we're coming through this tunnel. So overall, it's been a positive for the family, the community, and all the people that have been supporting to bring Jagtar back home.
So just to explain, just for some clarity, what has your brother been charged with?
So there was various charges, but the highest aspect they're looking at is terror events that my brother trying to cause upheaval within India. So there's 4 particular charges under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act, which is why they've made it out to be as big as it is. But unfortunately for us, we've said from day one that Jagtar's innocent, but the courts again confirmed what we've been saying, but it's taken 7 years and 4 months for the courts to get to this place. And
why would they have targeted your brother, do you think?
My brother was writing about the Sikh human rights violations that took place in 1984. That's not a crime to document about it. He was talking about the violations that happened within the community at the time and with the Indian state. Now, there's another element to this. The Indian state required Jagtar to be a part of this international conspiracy that they keep going on about. Without Jagtar, there is no international conspiracy because he is the only non-Indian national, because Jagtar is born and bred in Scotland.
So today he's been cleared of one of the charges. There are still others. Are you concerned about them?
So it's not the charge. He's been acquitted of one of the cases out of the 9, and that had the Unlawful Prevention Activities Act in it, and he was acquitted of all of that aspect. It had the funding element that the Indians are claiming that he was acquitted of that because there was no evidence at all. But the charges are the same in the other serious cases, the other 8 cases which are going on in Delhi. The only aspect of it is there have been some attempted murders and some murders that have taken place. As a result, they carry the death penalty. So we are highly concerned about it. But the element comes here, which is double jeopardy. Jagtar has been acquitted on the same facts. If he was to be tried now for the other cases, in essence, the Indians are trying to have 8 chances to try and convict him, which comes under double jeopardy. The element from the family has always been, and the legal team, that Jagtar should not have been charged on those serious cases, but the Indians' burden of proof is low. So when it comes to charging, they were able to do so because there was no acquittal or conviction in this case that happened today. So they had to charge him now. Our argument would be it's 2 prolonged way of how we go forward. One is the legal battle. The other element of it is the UK government now need to step in. Because,
and have they been doing that up until now?
Well, we've seen more movement with the new government since they came in. July, the Foreign Secretary met and raised Jagtar's case at the highest level. They've continued to raise it, but now it's not about raising. Now it's the element that the Indian court system have found Jagtar to be innocent, acquitted of all the charges. You can't apply double jeopardy. David Lammy has been a solicitor. Keir Starmer has been a solicitor, a prosecutor. Now, they would both be fully appraised of double jeopardy, and now this is the element where we need the political will of the UK government.
Have you spoken to your brother? How's he doing? How's he been handling it? So
since today's verdict, I've not spoke to him. He has recently been allowed to phone once a week, so he is due to phone tomorrow. We're hopeful either he'll phone me or he'll phone his wife, and then it's a bit of positivity because we had high hopes his bails were going to be granted in September. Unfortunately, they were dismissed by the High Court, which was a downer for Jagtar. But this is really positive.
And I'm right in saying that he was in India to be married, and then he was arrested. So he's barely had any time with his wife.
No, he got married. He got married on the 4th of he got married on the 18th of October, and he was abducted on the 4th of November. So literally about 2 weeks they were married. They've not actually been able to move forward with their married life. It's the sooner he comes back, the sooner they can actually move forward with their married life.
And what about you as a family? What's it done to you?
Words can't describe what it's done. It's 7 years and 4 months. It's easy talking about it. A lot has happened. We thought the decision was going to come on Friday. I had a whole sleepless night, and this last 7 years flashed in front of me. The good times, the bad times. We lost our maternal grandfather last year. Jagtar was not able to attend the funeral. We had prayers in India. Despite court orders, he wasn't allowed to attend. And this is a maternal grandfather that brought us up from young babies. So, and he would have been so happy today if he was here to see this acquittal news. So it's had a turmoil. It's hard to say to Jagtar's wife, you're only married two weeks and you've not been able to move on. And we've seen a lot of supporters for the campaign. Some of them have completed their degrees. Some of them completed their degrees, got married and had children. And Jagtar's still sitting in that situation. So it's been hard, I'm not going to say, but we live with hope. And the hope is we will bring Jagtar back home now. And today's decision is a step closer to bringing him home. That's all I can actually say in terms of how the family feel.
Well, good luck with that, and hopefully tomorrow's telephone conversation goes well.
Thank you.